Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight in Our News. Police investigate an overnight shooting incident, and the health minister says crime is still too high in the country.
Our News is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to Our News, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jared Higgs. Topping news tonight. The police in New Providence are investigating a shooting incident that took place early on Saturday morning. According to reports, it was around 2 a.m. when a man attending a party on Sampson Street, Nassau Village, was attacked by a group of men. Well, police say one of those attackers shot the man with a firearm. The victim was taken to hospital in a private vehicle and is said to be listed in stable condition. Police in the capital also investigating 2 armed robberies which took place on Friday. In the first incident, police said around 5 p.m., a man was standing in the area of a business establishment on Madeira Street when he was accosted by a lone gunman who robbed him of cash. The assailant made his escape in a black Honda Accord. However, police don't know the license plate number. In the second incident, shortly before midnight, a man was standing outside his vehicle on Malcolm Road. That's when police say 2 men armed with a firearm approached him and robbed him of cash before fleeing on foot. Investigations into both of these matters are ongoing. Despite a reduction in murders when comparing 2017 and 2018 crime numbers, Minister of Health Dr. Dwayne Sands says the Bahamas still outpaces developed countries in terms of killings.
Understand that countries like the United States have 5 murders per 100,000. If you go to Great Britain or France, 2 per 100,000. If we're up here at 25, 26, 27, even if we bring it down to 20, and believe me, I'm grateful for that, it still means that we have an awfully long way to go. When we put it together, stabbings, assaults, gunshot wounds, rape, it tells a very, very sad story.
An accident and emergency statistical evaluation of Princess Margaret Hospital and the Rand Memorial Hospital revealed that there were 277 gunshot injuries in the fiscal year 2013-2014. That number stood at 137 during the fiscal year ending in 2018, representing a nearly 51% decline when comparing the 2 years. Still, Sands says the Bahamas is part of an infamous group of countries in the region that share a very dubious title.
There is no running away from this. There is a band of countries in Central and South America and the Caribbean that leads the world in violence. The why is the question that has to be answered. Why is it that people in this particular part of the world seem to express themselves violently?
Bahamas Bar Association President Khalil Parker is weighing in on a recent report that ranked the Bahamian criminal justice system as the highest in the Latin American and Caribbean region. Parker said the World Justice Project Rule of Law Index that was released late last month is proof that the Bahamian justice system is fully functioning.
It will be a source of pride. I have tremendous confidence in our legal practitioners and our judges on that subject. It is something that, as president, with successive chief justices, we have looked at how we deploy our judges and how we make sure the system runs efficiently. It's something that has been a focus of the judiciary for many years now. So this may be representing the fruits of that effort.
On the overall Rule of Law Index, the Bahamas rose 3 positions and is ranked 39 out of 126 countries. The Bahamas' score places it at 9 out of 30 countries in the Latin American and Caribbean region and 33 out of 38 among high-income countries. Despite the high marks for the Bahamas, Parker says there is still work to be done to better the judiciary.
We have endured a dislocated physical plan for the Supreme Court for a number of years. One of the things that Bar Council has been pushing for over the last 2 years is the dedicated campus for the Supreme Court, which we've now received commitment from the government for, to be located where the old post office used to be. When we have a suitable structure built there, who knows, we may be number one in other categories as well.
The Bahamas Utilities, Services and Allied Workers Union president is weighing in on the decision by the Water and Sewage Corporation to pursue those whose accounts are in arrears. President Dwayne Wood said while he is all for going after delinquent accounts, he's not certain if he agrees with the method.
If the chairman's objective is to bring in the money, I have to support him with that because my members ought to be paid. You know, I may not agree with what with all the aspects of or the way he bringing in the money, or you know the price he cutting off for, because I have a personal view on it that if someone have a deposit, they should be allowed to rack up a bill as high as their deposit at least.
In January, the WSC chairman said they were preparing to take legal action against businesses and individuals that owe the company thousands of dollars. Chairman Adrian Gibson said he has already given their lawyer the documentation to file lawsuits against big companies, both known and unknown persons. Now, the union president said his concern is for the welfare of his members, who often have to cut off services for sometimes small amounts.
I think that people should be allowed to be on for $30. In fact, I am concerned about the price what they cutting off to people for the welfare of my persons who doing the cuts. Because, it's to go in someone's yard to cut them off for $30, that's kind of hard, and I don't know how people will react to that. So that is a concern of the union.
Still to come on our news, what's on the agenda for Child Protection Month? Stay tuned to find out.